Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Stadium Rant proudly presents to you the most electrifying wrestling show in the world. We are your hosts, The Big Show, Shake and Bake, the Nard Dog, Bernard Green, and the Professor, Nicholas Mullick. We're the Ringside Boys. This is Ringside Rant. Got a lot to talk about this week. Cody Rhodes, rocking Roman. That whole story continues to develop. Roman Reigns a little bit back in the corner at the moment. WWE announced some new commemorative championship titles. We'll touch on just a little bit, not too long. Hiroshi Tanahashi announced his retirement. We're going to dive into that, celebrate him a little bit. The Professor will have another edition of Story Time coming at you. We got some triumphs, some major failures, and some really hot-looking stars coming at you, and a brand split that may be missing, and whatever. We'll talk about it. But, hey, gentlemen, before we get into it, how we doing?
Pretty good, man. Starting to get cold down here in Florida, which just sucks, but other than that, pretty good. Glad the week about to come to an end.
You think it's cold there? You should try coming up to New York, dude. It's getting cold
Oh
here.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
46
I'm good.
right now.
I'm
I
good.
do want to say one thing. I told everyone so because we just got news. Well, I think it was yesterday, but
Yeah.
John Laurinaitis has gotten a divorce, and let me just tell you, I told you so. You should have gotten your divorce lawyers ready, and I hope you got a discount on them.
Oh no, ain't no discount. No, the holidays coming up. Lawyers like Shake Bakes earlier. The holidays coming up. Lawyers racking up every single quarter, every single dime of that money.
Yeah.
So nah.
Every second you're on the phone with them, you're getting charged all of it.
Hell yeah.
You
Yep.
ain't getting nowhere. And out of
Right.
the divorce, I can't tell you that he's going to get anything. He's probably going to end up damn near homeless. But the good
he
news
should
for
go to
him,
jail.
though, because, well, I was going to say, if he ends up homeless, doesn't matter. In a few months to a year, he's probably going to be in prison anyway. So it's kind of like, one door closes, another one opens, and unfortunately, behind you shuts a cell door. But what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, we all saw this coming. We've been talking about it for, it feels like months at this point. Like, I don't know, man. Like, good
I just
for
gotta say-
karma biting him in the ass, I guess. Congratulations, you got one.
I just got to say one thing. I don't like glamorizing divorce, but in this case, like John Laurinaitis deserves everything he's getting coming to him. I mean, there's been stories heard left, right, and center. I mean, this is the same guy who basically told AJ Lee nobody finds you beautiful enough and tried derailing her push. This is the same. Like that's something that needs to be. This is something that needs to be reminded of. This guy cheated on his wife when his wife had a tumor on her brain cell. Like that's how much of a scumbag this guy is. And that family has been through hell this year. Not only with Nikki Bella with her divorce, and now her mother's getting a divorce. Like I don't like glamorizing over it. It just sucks. That family has gone through so much. They really have. And my thoughts go out to her with Nikki Bella. I don't know what's going on there, and thoughts go out to the mother. But it had to get done. I find it interesting though, and I'm gonna write about an article on Staney Brand about this. She filed a divorce 2 weeks when the Janelle Grant stuff came out. She filed a divorce 2 weeks before that happened.
Yeah, because she definitely knew about it before it came out.
Or after, I can't remember what it was. But when the Janelle Grant stuff came and all that stuff came out, 2 weeks later she divorced him. She started filing. The divorce was finalized in May 5th, I think, if I remember correctly. I got to take a look at the divorce. You want to know what happened the previous day? This is what no one's talking about. The previous day is when John Laurinaitis sided with Vince McMahon because he knew his marriage was screwed no matter what. And this is the same guy who once claimed, "Oh, I'm a victim in this case." You kidding me right now, Johnny Ace? Like, this is why storylines like the Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio stuff, I hate that they do in times like this. And that's why I was angry about that during SummerSlam. And yet I get called, you don't understand the story. Why are you calling it problematic? In fact, I'm not even joking. I got a comment not too long ago, a DM of someone calling me a simp, whatever that means, because of this. Like,
Okay,
come on.
pause that.
Like,
Okay. Wow. So let me go ahead before we go on the show, Nick Big. Let me tell you what a simp is. A simp is when a man fall and do stuff for women that don't want them. That's what a simp is. So whoever tell you that you a simp and all, they don't know the definition. So don't even worry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
they did
exactly.
not use
The
it
point is,
properly.
yeah, but the point is, there are people out there that don't understand the problem of doing that type of story when you have this trafficking lawsuit. And care what you guys won. Number two, the way you guys got to think before you comment stuff. You really do. And let's be real, you guys are supporting a piece of work. You are supporting a piece of work by messaging stuff like that. But yeah, as for Johnny Ace, good congratulations, you got your divorce settled. Now get them jail cell lawyers ready as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna be worse.
It's not gonna be good. All right, so we got a little debut here on the docket. Stephanie Vega debuts in NXT. Pretty good match, honestly. For her first time, really in this type of market, really doing this kind of stuff. It's well, it was what it was. I thought it was pretty good, all things considered. But I know Bernard has kind of been hot on this trail for a while. I'll let him kick it off here.
Yeah, so Stephanie Varga, I didn't know much of her and all, but I heard she was coming to WWE. I check her highlights on YouTube, Twitter, stuff like that, and I must say the woman can wrestle. Just like how much on Julia, and how much I'm high on this woman too. She's a force to be reckoned with. You know, the aura that she has, the just like the facial impression, like the meme. I don't say meme mugs, but the look she looks like when she coming walking down the aisle or walking down in the hallway backstage, and it's like it screams out to me that she has it. And like I said before earlier, part of the show, but maybe a month or two ago, that either her or Julia are the ones that's going to dethrone um Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. Now there is a new woman coming to NXT named Delta. But I
Oh, I'm
think
excited for her. I am
yeah,
excited for Delta.
yes, yeah,
Sure.
Delta. I think she's coming too, but it's like right now, Julie and Stephanie right now they're tearing it up right now, and I'm looking forward to the match next week and a Halloween Havoc when they take on Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. So, Stephanie Vega, if you're looking at this, I think the future is bright for you. I look forward to what you can do in the ring in WWE, and I say, hey, the sky's the limit for you, amiga.
Not only is Delta coming in that I'm excited for, and let's be real, we all knew this was happening the moment they had the TNA partnership. Jordan Grace is coming in as well. That's absolutely happening. I think Joe Hendry is going to be coming in too on the men's side, but sticking on the female side, Stephanie Vaquer, she's great. I've had my eye on her, and when she was wrestling in the Mexico scene, internationally, her match with Mercedes Moné with AEW was really good. And yes, I know they got in a lot of hot water with her comments, but let me be honest, they're both in the right here. Like, why can't we just say they're both in the right and move on? But then again, you have tribalists out there who are one-sided and want to say, "Oh, she's wrong. She's this. She went to the right side." No, they're both right. Stephanie, like Vaquer is great, and she was gonna be WWE bound no matter what. But I think that match with Mercedes Moné really got more eyes paid attention to her because she was in the Americas. I think she was in the United States market at that time. So she's great. I'm excited to see her come in. I don't think she's going to take the title off Roxanne. I think the plan is Cora Jade's going to take that title off of her, especially with whatever this storyline is going. I don't like the storyline. I think they should have had Julia take the title off of Roxanne Perez, but I don't know. Listen, the point is, and I'm going to say this now, NXT's women's division is the best everywhere. I used to say it was TNA, but now that's thrown out the window with all the departures gone. NXT's women's division's been really stacked. WWE's been great too with their division, and I can't wait to see these women get called up. And it's not just what's newly coming in. I mean, we got Sol Ruka. She's phenomenal. She's really good in the ring. The only one I'm not buying the hype for in the NXT women's division, I mentioned to you guys previously, I don't understand why people like Nikita Loins. I mean, I get like she's gorgeous, but like in the ring, she sucks. She's bad in the ring, and her promo work. And her promo work is not good. I get she's rusty, and because I think she came off a torn ACL, but even when she was healthy, she sucked. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I don't know. I kind of tend to agree. I think she's probably the worst example of the NXT women's division you could show. Now you got Stephanie, you got Julia, you got Roxanne, you got Cora. We mentioned Sol Ruka.
Wendy
Jordan
Chu
Daniels is coming. Wendy
I'm not
Chu.
a big Wendy Chu guy. Not a big Wendy Chu.
She's going to be like a mid-card fun kind of character. I actually don't think she'll ever make it at NXT, to be honest.
I could see, and no offense to Wendy Chu, she's better in the ring than I'll ever be, but I could see her being on the next list of cuts whenever that decides to happen. Like, look, I'm sorry, I wasn't buying the new gimmick she's on now. It's a lot better than trying to copy and paste
gimmick.
Well, they tried to copy and paste Orange Cassidy's gimmick and tried to put it on Wendy Chu. That's basically what happened there. The whole I'm lazy but I'm talented when I turn. Like, that's copy and paste Orange Cassidy, and that failed. This new gimmick's like a step up, but it's not good. And I'm sorry. Look, Wendy Chu, she might be a nice lady. I've never met her. She comes across like a nice woman. But I just don't see a future for her here. I could see her leaving and maybe go to Impact or TNA. Maybe Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling would be interesting because I have a feeling like that promotion's going to be hot. And I'm excited for that. But as for Wendy Chu, not a big fan of her. Not a big fan.
Yeah. So the division's pretty good. We'll see what ends up going. I'm excited for Halloween Havoc. And NXT, that's not the only thing we got going on down there. Stephanie Baker, we talked about her. There's been a guy who's really been shining, kind of stealing the show, but not in the main event scene at all, hence the stealing the show phraseology. I like when I can use fun words. Javon Evans. He's been great. And besides him shrinking up in that one single moment in that match with Randy Orton, he's been absolutely phenomenal. This kid is beyond a freak athlete. Okay, if you haven't watched him yet, go watch Javon Evans. He's got some stuff in NXT. He's got a lot of indie stuff he's got some indie stuff because he's really what is he, 17, 18?
No, he's 20.
Oh, okay.
Today he's 20. At the time when in the independent scenes, he's in his teens. That's what's scary about this guy. Like, he's not even past, like, he's not even legal enough to drink yet. And he's
better than Dominic Mysterio.
I agree with that. In the ring, he's better than Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Character work, he needs to improve a little. Like, his promos are.
I think he just needs to find himself because I don't think he knows who he is as a pro wrestler yet. I think he's just a really good athlete, and he's been getting by because he's fucking beyond amazing in the ring. And in those independent scenes, you don't cut promos. Like, you don't have as a big a focus on character work. This is his first opportunity to do that. So he's super green, but I'll agree with you. I love this fucking kid. I think he's going to be a staple for a long time.
The one thing I will say with Javon Evans, I wasn't too big of a fan of his match with Randy Orton. I thought it was too short. I think it was an 8-minute match, if I remember correctly.
That's typical for Orton
which is typical. But I mean, people giving him crap about that RKO attempt. First off, that's so hard to hit, and kudos to Randy Orton. I mean, Randy Orton early on in his career was, let's be real, he was a piece of work, and he admitted it himself. He was like, if Randy Orton did what he did back then, and there's plenty of stories that could be discussed about the man, he'd probably be like future endeavored and probably gone from the business. But
Well, yeah.
he's grown, he's matured, and instead of going after and like beating the crap out of him like he did with Kofi Kingston when he messed up, he basically went up to Javon Evans and was like, "It's okay, you did good."
In the ring, yeah.
In the ring. This, like, shout out to Randy Orton, man. You could see
Yep.
the level of maturity he is. I mean, some of the stuff he did is kind of unforgivable, but man, kudos.
He's
to him.
trying.
I wouldn't say he's trying. He's done so much better than he did years ago. So yeah, kudos to Orton. Javon Evans, like, this kid is gonna be the future. Hopefully, nothing happens to him out of the ring that derails him.
Or even physically, guys that move like that, you worry about injuries.
Yeah, like look at what happened with Dante Martin in AEW. That dude was phenomenal in the ring. And I don't know what he's doing in Top Flight right now, but ever since he got hurt, he's just not been the same.
Yeah, it's tough with guys like that.
It's tough. But yeah, Javon Evans, he's great. Can't wait to see him in the future.
Yeah.
Would love to see a matchup between him and Wesley. I don't remember if they've had one, but I think that would be really good. Him and Wesley.
That would be, yeah. I'd be
really fire.
Bernard, what do you think of Javon?
And like I said, I can't agree with the both of you guys more. Another one. Sky is the limit for him. Phenomenal ring. It's like I said, he's better than Dominic Mysterio. It's like the only thing is, like I said, what Nicholas said, like, just stay focused, man. When you're young like that and you getting praise like that from people like us or people in WWE, just stay focused, man. You have to, stay focused. Chase checks and championships, like what Booker T always say. The sky's the limit for you. I think he's going to be a future NXT champion, NXT North American champion. Who knows? But I say it's only a matter of time. But if this man could just stay focused and keep doing what he's doing now, the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, and I hope he doesn't do what Zach Allen did. Remember back in the day when Zach Allen, like in the Ruthless Aggression, he's the guy who wrestled with one leg. He was getting pushed at a really, really young age, but ego and he admitted himself, ego and drugs really derailed his push in WWE. And I mean, ego gets to the best of us, but man, I like what I'm seeing from Javon Evans, dude. Just stay the course, keep cool, and big things await you, my man. Shout out to you.
Absolutely. Listen, we'll touch on it really quick, break it up a little bit. WWE, it was reported, is in talks with Microsoft to create Call of Duty commemorative championship title belts. And my first thought was, what are they gonna do? How is that possibly gonna work? Are we gonna get a belt with like Ghost and Captain Price, which would be kind of cool? But I thought about it some more, chat, and I was like, wait a minute. They do belts for the NHL, and they do belts for the NFL, college, MLB, what have you. Well, Call of Duty has a league, and there's 12 teams in that league, and I believe that we're going to get a title belt for each Call of Duty pro team. Optic Texas is going to be one, Atlanta FaZe, LA Thieves. Those are some of the big orgs that people may know. It's super dope. I can't wait to see these things. It's really cool. WWE is getting involved with esports again. When Stephanie McMahon was, when her position was like brand ambassador, like getting new brands in and working with other companies and stuff like that, they had a partnership with FaZe Clan a few years ago, and FaZe Clan's logos and stuff were in the game, so you could put like a FaZe Clan logo on your created wrestler or whatever. You could do that stuff. It was really cool. And I like to see more stuff like that. I'm a COD guy. I know, Nicholas, you like Call of Duty too. I'm not sure,
Who
Bernard.
doesn't?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big Call of Duty guys. So, yeah, that's really cool. We can talk about that really quick.
Dude.
Hey.
No, you go first, Bernard. I've gone first too many times. I deserve a punch.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, my thing is, it's like, this is a way of WWE evolving and also connecting with the fans, especially in the video game world. Who knows? And with this goes on, like, with Call of Duty, who knows? People like, 2K, WWE 2K24, I think they're following that too. Madden and NBA 2K. It's like, I like how big time companies like this is evolving and adapting to the world of today. And I think it's really cool. And with Call of Duty Black Ops 6 coming out, which I'm trying to pay either tomorrow or next Friday, I'm gonna be on it like wild on rice as well. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for WWE. I think it's a good thing for Call of Duty. I think it's a good thing for Call of Duty players and all. It's like spicing up and freshen up, the competition, and at the competition more. And it's like I love it.
You want to know what I like too? Esports has been growing since the pandemic. I mean, it's been there for years, but the pandemic really made it explode.
Yeah.
And WWE has been taking chances, making more brand deals. Like you've seen advertisements everywhere. I mean, even on occasion, you see matches being sponsored. Like I remembered in Bray Wyatt's last match, and God rest his soul, that it was the Mountain Dew match.
Pitch Black, yeah.
It was bollocks. Like that match was kind of nonsense, but
I liked it, but a lot of people didn't. But
I know, but like it was kind of nonsense.
If Howdy landed closer to LA Knight, I would have no complaints about that.
What were they doing with that? You made me remember that. Like that was
too much caution. They're like, I don't want to hit him. Well, get close to him. I don't know. Like there was another person could have fit between them. That was my only real complaint.
Dude, Shake, you made me smile when you mentioned the FaZe Clan logo deal they did previously. WWE needs to do more of this. They do.
Yes.
And say what you want about the FaZe Clan. I know they have some members who are kind of crazy in the head.
True.
But they need to make more brand deals with these creators. And in fact, that's why Up, Up, Down, Down got like a ton of popularity as well. But
yes,
even though like they really got popular thanks to Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze and Adam Cole, baby. Damn it. I told myself not to do that again. And Cesaro, or as I like to call him, Claudio Castagnoli. But still, Up, Up, Down, Down grew to the popularity. Why not have a ton of deals there? Have these belts for the COD leagues be put there. Maybe have a partnership and have COD be played on there as well.
That'd be
or live streams. Like this has potential to make money.
I need that Optic Texas belt in Scump stream background immediately. You know how many belts he would sell? Not because people are WWE fans, but because people are Optic fans and they're like, oh my God, it's like I could be the champion. And like, it's just such a cool thing that isn't directly related to wrestling, but it is. You know what I mean?
You know what I would love to see on a belt? And I don't know if they're going to do maps specifically for belts. I want Nuketown as a WWE belt. As a young boy, I loved playing on Nuketown. Loved it. I played it almost the entire summer.
Boy.
Not every day of the summer because I switched it around. This was before Madden became a real disgrace and all these other sports games. But yeah, I'm a real video game nerd, as you can see. So, but
Madden's getting a little better though.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
What?
Listen, maybe we'll start an esports podcast eventually. But
Tyler, if you're watching this right now, keep notes. Keep notes right now, Tyler.
It's a really cool thing. Be on the lookout for those CDL championship belts. Rumored, not official, not released by WWE, but they're in talks with Microsoft, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. So keep your eye out for that. Big retirement announcement before we get to story time with the professor. Absolute legend. New Japan, did some stuff at AEW. I mean, just absolute professional wrestling in general legend. This gentleman that's sitting right below the professor over there. Hiroshi Tanahashi announced he will be retiring at Wrestle Kingdom 20. And I mean, my God, what a career. Round of applause to him. Gentlemen, you can kick this off.
Well, I'll start because I know more of the New Japan world. This isn't a surprise because Hiroshi Tanahashi now is one of the top people in New Japan. I think he's the vice president now. He's running the business operations, the day-to-day. I knew this was coming. And now Hiroshi Tanahashi is putting in his new plan of rebuilding New Japan because ever since AEW got created, New Japan's kind of been on the downhill. Not too bad. I still love watching New Japan, and I always love to watch the Wrestle Kingdom shows. Not live because I can't stay up that late. I tape it and then I watch it. But man, what a career Hiroshi Tanahashi has had. And it's crazy that in a week we're going to get the retirement of John Cena. And then the next week after that, we're going to get the retirement of Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's going to be
two goats.
We have a goat and a goat we can't even see. I mean, it's going to be crazy. But I wonder how they're going to book Tanahashi's final year. I hope, and I don't know if they're going to do this because I don't know what his contract is. I want Nakamura versus Hiroshi Tanahashi in a match again. I hate how Nakamura's career has gone in WWE, and in fact, I think it would be better if they just parted ways with each other. If Nakamura wants to continue in the ring, maybe he's going to be the ambassador for Japan when they expand there. But I want Nakamura and Tanahashi to have a match together. I just think it would be really fun to have. But yeah, it's going to suck. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
It wasn't Shinsuke announced a bunch of dates in Japan?
I believe so.
I'd be shocked if he wasn't one of the matches.
Probably.
It's just two legends.
Yes. I hope they I hope they do have a match together. But this could be an opportunity for Tanahashi to put over younger stars in New Japan because one of his plans that Tanahashi has is to push younger talent. And I could see him putting over some of the younger talent over there. And it'll be fun to see. I mean, New Japan really needs something. I could see Tanahashi, working AEW dates as well with the partnership they've had. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, that would be very fun to see him there because that's going to be tremendous. And from what Scott D'Amore also said regarding Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, Kenny Omega wanted to keep the TNA partnership going. And I could see Kenny Omega go into Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling and have a match up there as well. So
why not?
Why not? But as for Tanahashi, man, what a career. You're one of the legends of Japan. You were one of the reasons why I watched New Japan. You, Kenny Omega, Okada in the first place. And then I dove deep into New Japan back in the Terry Gordy days. Dynamite Kid he's a legend over there. And I watched Tiger Mask and Dynamite Kid with their legendary battles throughout. They were doing stuff that is commonplace, like the superplex. Like Dynamite Kid was one of the few that was doing it at that time. Some of the moves that are commonplace are because of Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask. But Tanahashi, he is going to inspire legends to come and wrestlers in the future. Well done. I'm excited to see what you do in your final year, and I can't wait to see what you do business-wise to rebuild New Japan. I'm sorry, I'm taking this conversation over too much. You can go ahead and speak now, Bernard.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, you can speak all you want. I heard about him time and time when I watch, looking at wrestling news and all, and watch a couple highlights of his matches. Don't really know too much. Didn't really watch too much of his matches or any of it, if I must be honest. But I heard the guy is a legend. He's a legend now, and not only he's retiring, John Cena retiring. That's not to mention Meiko Satomura is retiring too. One of Oscar's, rivalry and friend. They all will be missed. So it's like, take the time, thank him for what he's done in the ring in New Japan. I wanted him to come to WWE because I keep hearing about him in the articles and on. It's like
I don't see him going to WWE. Maybe if it's like a Jushin Thunder Liger type situation. Like remember back in the day when Jushin Thunder Liger was retiring. He had a match in NXT with Tyler Breeze. A great match. Great match. And probably the one thing everyone's going to remember of Tyler Breeze since Vince badly botched his booking. But I could see him going over there for one match. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But if it does happen, I want him and the You Can't See Me man to allegedly fight. But again, we're not going to be able to see him do it. But okay, I'll stop that joke now. But point is, Tanahashi is great. I can't wait to see what he does in the future. I do wonder one thing though, and it's something that's coming across my mind, and we're getting into a new topic here. What's going to happen to Carlito? Because we just found out earlier today Carlito is out of Judgment Day. They're planning to move him out, and Raquel Rodriguez is going to be taking over the spot. Which, I mean, it makes sense because Carlito he's been
He do just
disappointing.
eating apples.
Yeah, he's all that and just saying that's cool. Like he's fun. He was funny when Judgment Day was the thing, but Judgment Day 2.0 has been a failure. It really has. I've not been happy, except for Raquel returning, which could help it. But ever since like Damian Priest beat Finn Balor, it's just been a total mess. But yeah, Carlito's likely going to be gone from the group soon. But where does he go from here?
Nowhere. He's donezo. Respect to Carlito. He's been around a long time. I always thought he was entertaining, but like, you're right. He hasn't done a damn thing except for be there this entire run. He was supposed to have like a couple of big matches, and he's had a couple singles matches. They weren't any good. He just really isn't something people want to see in the ring anymore. And if you're not going to put him in a prominent role with the Judgment Day, he just needs to be gone. He needs to be like the leader, like behind the scenes kind of guy, but he's just a henchman, and that's not working at this point in his career.
Yeah, JC, no, it wouldn't work. JC, he just messaged in the chat that he should have stayed in the LWO or joined Phantasma. No, it wouldn't have worked. Carlito was on his way out, especially when basically showing Rey Mysterio the rat of the LWO, El Hijo de Phantasma. Those groups are dead, and especially the LWO. And like I said, like Zelina Vega, 1 week is with the group, and then the next week he's just gone. She's just gone. She's doing something else or tag teaming in another silly little thing with whatever that collective group is. But yeah, it wouldn't have worked. As for Carlito, I don't know what his contract is. We don't know the length. We don't know the terms. Then again, they fired Bret Hart after a 20-year deal they signed him to. And they even fired Luke Gallows because they signed him to like, I think, a 5 or 7 year deal. And that all went to crap. So it doesn't really matter how long you're signed for. You could be cut at any time. But I could see Carlito being on the list of names to be cut.
More than likely. Yeah, I mean, you had a story about Yokozuna. Let's get right into that.
Oh, boy. So next week is going to be Yokozuna's 24-year anniversary where we lost the Giants. And I'm actually going to be reviewing the WWE Icons episode on Yokozuna. It's on the network right now, or on Peacock, the episode. And it's a sad watch, but I recommend it. And I was doing research because I'm going to be uploading an article probably in the next week about Yokozuna. Check it out on StadiumRant.com. You can check us out in pro wrestling. But I got a story that I found out about Yokozuna, and I wanted to tell you guys this so badly. So you know how Yokozuna's tremendous and big and everything, and he has a difficult time going into airports and into airplanes. Well, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig decides one flight, because he's a prankster. I mean, you know about the stories about the pranks this guy's pulled. I mean, this guy thought it would be a good idea to put shaving cream on Brock Lesnar during the plane ride from hell. And they almost broke the plane to the point where they almost had to do an emergency landing. But Mr. Perfect decides, you know what? I think it's time I pull a prank on Yokozuna. Because out of all the people you want to prank, Yokozuna is definitely on that list. But yeah, Yokozuna loved to eat. And on this flight, he had a sweet tooth. So you want to know what Mr. Perfect decides to give Yokozuna? I want to give you guys a guess of what he gives Yokozuna.
Something spicy.
Nope.
Laxatives.
Chocolate flavored laxatives. So
Damn.
I'll give you guys both half a point. I'll give you guys both half a point there. You know, because Yokozuna had a sweet tooth. Now, keep in mind, Yokozuna's sitting down on this plane right now. He has the laxative while the flight's in the air. He can't fit. I shouldn't laugh at this because this is messed up. He can't fit in a bathroom. So what he really needed to go, and they were all like, he stands up, Yokozuna, and the plane starts going back and forth because the weight gets some with the weight.
The whole plane.
No, not only that. That's one issue. So he really has to go. So what they decide to do? They put him in the back of the plane. They find some newspapers. They put it all over the floor.
Oh
The
no.
flight attendants and the stewardess gets towels to hide everyone on the plane from Yokozuna taking a dump on those newspapers.
God, dude.
What the
That's
hell, man?
It's not the worst part. He couldn't even go, like, he had to go in the back of the plane where everyone was there. And in the middle of this flight, laxatives. This guy who's just a ton, he's taking a dump in the middle of the flight on these newspapers. And with a guy his size and laxatives, you know it's going to be a ton that comes out of him. So the whole time, like he's taking a dump on the newspapers throughout the whole flight, and they can't do anything about it. Like, they have to leave it there until they land.
That's
and then they
horrible.
land. I told you it's horrible. I don't know why I'm laughing about this. It's crazy to think about. Kurt Hennig is laughing, knowing what he did.
Oh, Jesus.
It's think about that. And here's the funny part. Like, the flight attendants were holding the towels up to shield everyone from seeing this. But Yokozuna is so big, everyone sees it.
That's like when the Big Show caved in a bathroom wall in Japan because he couldn't fit on the toilet and he was trying to do his business and he knocked one of the walls out and it was like to the next person's bathroom.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's not the
Not for big guys.
That's not the only thing with Yokozuna. You heard about the story about how he went in Pittsburgh. He had to go to the bathroom, and he was so heavy he broke the toilet off from the
hell.
and people thought a grenade went off in the bathroom. And when they rushed in there, they saw this. It's sad because Yokozuna was that heavy he broke it. And the worst part was, like, in the aftermath, like, he got porcelain scratches from his area. And it was a whole mess. It's a sad story with Yokozuna, and it sucks he's not here because the man was giving it all. But I just wanted to tell you that story about what Kurt Hennig did on the plane, because it's messed up.
What a jackass.
Oh God, there's plenty of stories of Mr. Perfect being a prankster but going too far with it. But it's just a crazy story I wanted to share with you guys. And since Yokozuna's death was next week, and God rest his soul, I just thought I would want to share it with you, everyone.
People get mad when you shit on a plane in the bathroom. This guy had to shit on a plane on the floor. I don't imagine anybody
on newspapers that they
it's like Big Daddy. Like when the kid throws up and he doesn't know what to do, so he just throws newspaper on it. That's what fucking happened. That's what just happened then. He's like, I don't know. She's coming home tomorrow. Maybe she'll know how to deal with this. So we'll go in and we'll clean it. I don't know.
But Bernard, imagine if you're sitting there and you have like a Yokozuna like behind you, having to, after ingesting a laxative that was fed by Kurt Hennig, and they have to have newspapers on the floor, and he has to take.
See, I would have organized a group to beat the shit out of Kurt Hennig.
I agree.
That's what would have happened. Because listen, pranks are great, but when you're 30,000 feet in the air and all you can smell is recycled shit, somebody's getting their ass beat for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, amen. I do want to ask you all a question though. Which story was I don't want to say better. Which story was more crappier, this one or the Psycho Sid story I told not too long ago?
Probably this one.
Yeah,
this one.
yeah. It's like,
this
I mean, there's been a few people that have went number 2 in their pants during wrestling matches.
Not at WrestleMania though.
Yeah, but I mean, to poop in a plane on the floor of a plane on some newspaper, that's other level stuff. But that's enough of the poo-poo talk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we continue with this, we're gonna get rated. We're gonna rated number 2 for this. So.
Yeah, exactly. And another number 2 conversation, kind of doo-doo, the brand split. Not great. Hasn't really been a thing. They try to make it a thing. Every time we think they're going to, they're like, yeah, never mind. We have a reason why we're just going to throw it away. We know what it is. It's cross promotion. It's getting other people on other shows because you want to sell more tickets here and then sell more tickets there because XYZ reason. I get what it is. And you're going into the Saudi show, which is champion versus champion. So there's that natural crossover. So you have that excuse, right? But like, I don't disagree with people that are upset about it. And the fact that, like, why make a brand split? Why have a draft to these separate brands if you're just going to hardly pay attention to it or only when it's convenient to you? Because you had the two GMs and they were at each other's necks, and it was great to watch them actually care about their own individual brand and that show being better than the other show. And now that's gone. They don't talk about that at all. And when you see all this in Pierce together, like, they'll talk, but it's not, there's no level of competition. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the original Bischoff versus Stephanie. That was unbelievable brand split GM work.
Remember when The Undertaker got drafted to, I think it was Raw, and he flipped out and he threw, like, it was either Jack Daniels or like a water bottle that, like,
Yeah, it's a water bottle.
Yeah, I think it was a water bottle. I miss those draft moments. Then again,
it got real.
Yeah, then again, it got a little creepy when Eric Bischoff was stalking Stephanie McMahon, if you get my drift here. But I miss those days. And the fact that these SmackDown stars just show up on Raw with no reason, no this, no that, and people are like, oh, but it's Crown Jewel. They have a tournament that they got booked. You do realize these shows are taped, and you got a thing called promos that you could cut on each other. And maybe during the final shows, before you go to Crown Jewel, then you could do an appearance or something like that, or make a deal. But the fact that like 5 SmackDown superstars just randomly show up on Raw, like, come on. Like, why do we gotta have Nia Jax show up in the middle of a tag team match at the end and like try to? I don't care if it's pushing the crappy storyline between her and Tiffany Stratton. Just cash the damn briefcase because I don't want to see her as champion again. But like, there's a brand split. There's a brand split. Hello? Like, there's no wild card rule like Vince McMahon tried pushing on. But again, it goes to show something. They don't want SmackDown versus Raw. It's SmackDown and Raw. And it's plagued this entire company for years. And I don't know how you can fix it if WWE doesn't want to change that. And I'm shocked Triple H doesn't even want to change it. I'm stunned beyond belief.
Well, my point of view is, I think obviously we all know why Jimmy Uso was there, because see, they pushed in this segment in the storyline with him trying to get his brother Jay Uso to come to SmackDown to help Roman Reigns, and with this new Bloodline 2.0. So we get that part. So that we are officially in the works for that. Naya and Liv, however, is like they could we could do that that segment and promo and all at the what do you call it, press conference.
Yes.
Like the day before the day before the pay-per-view. So see, I agree with you with that. It's like, I understand what they're trying to do, but number one, it's too early to do it, and number two, it's kind of awkward to do it. If that makes any sense. So I say, to my point of view, I think, like I said, they're pretty much going to do a Liv versus Nia. Nia doesn't need that win. I mean, she already has Queen of the Ring. She already got champion. If anything, this will solidify Liv Morgan more so than Nia. So that way, Liv Morgan become more serious champion heel. And all. And I think then maybe at Crown Jewel, or maybe further, if they don't push it up more, is when Tiffany Stratton will cash in at Crown Jewel or Nia. And that's what she becomes.
And they have her do it now, because I'm sick of seeing Nia as champion. Can they please do it now?
But I thought you said you love Nia as champion.
Oh God, no!
Yeah,
I'd rather have Hornswoggle as. By the way, Hornswoggle, congratulations! You signed a new Legends deal with the company.
My man,
I love it. But I'd rather see Hornswoggle as champion than Nia Jax at this point.
Jake
I
Big,
mean,
what you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously understand why they're doing it, and I don't think there would be as many complaints if it worked or seemed cool. But the only real attack we got was like Nia Jax, and like who gives a damn? If like it was Friday Night SmackDown, Cody Rhodes was in a singles match, and Ludwig Kaiser came out and attacked him, and it was like, and they did it kind of like Seth Rollins did. There was no entrance music. He just kind of comes in and does it, and then Gunther comes out, and that would have been cool. But like, if you're just like Nia Jax interrupting a tag match between Tiffany Stratton and who really shouldn't have been there in the first place, and Rhea Ripley, it's just like, what are we doing? And I really enjoy the dynamic of Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley. That was really funny, but they're not on the same show. Like we could have, you could have teased it a couple times, like you have been, and then we could have gotten that after the next draft if they end up on the same show. Because guess what? Rhea's not going to change her character too much the rest of her career. This is pretty much who she is. She'll go between babyface and heel, sure, but this is her character work from now on. And that's pretty much Tiffany Stratton as well. I don't see her making tremendous character changes. There's no reason we needed that right now. It was fun, I'll admit it, but like the Nia Jax thing, I don't care. Nobody cares.
no,
And
no
like,
one cares.
I will challenge that. I will say that if it was something cooler and it actually did go over, I think, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, no, brand split, okay, it kind of sucks, but it would have at least been like, okay, it's working. But the point I think that's really bothering Nicholas is the fact that you're still doing this non-brand split thing, hoping it's finally going to go over and work, and it's just not. You haven't reached the heights of popularity on either show in a long time. And they probably don't want brand split because they don't want a clear A and a clear B because the rating, but you're getting that anyway. Like your set of superstars are going to be on Raw. A couple people going to one show like is not really going to make a difference. Like, oh, I can see Rhea Ripley on SmackDown this Friday. Oh, well, that's all right. I can see her every single Monday. Like, I don't feel a need to go rush to the TV on Friday.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at my phone right now. Apparently, The Undertaker is expected to interview Donald Trump
I
on
saw
the 6
that.
Feet Under show.
I saw
Wow.
that.
I did not see that.
I saw that
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, he's allowed to do what he wants. Free press. I don't know. I just hope for his like career sake, he's careful with how he does it. I gotta be honest with everybody watching. I would not be surprised if it was he turned out to be a full Trump supporter and this ended up being just another pump up for Donald Trump. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Not that they're actual brothers because they're not, but Kane is formally endorsed Donald Trump as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Undertaker was in that boat as well. I mean, I don't want to get political by any means, but
I kind of hope they meant. I would love for them to talk about the WrestleMania where Umaga and Bobby Lashley faced off against each other.
they have to.
They have to. I mean, and also Donald Trump. I don't care what anyone says. He was funny on WWE Raw when the Boogeyman came after him, and he was on the middle of the phone. He's like, "You got to hold on for 1 second." After he's like, "I'm coming to catch you." He's on the phone. He's like, "You're not going to believe what I'm seeing." It's so good. But yeah, I just saw that on my phone. I hope they talk more pro wrestling on there. Am I gonna watch it? Absolutely not, because I just got plenty of things I want to take care of, and B, I think it's more important for me to focus on the content of pro wrestling than what these people think beyond the ring. So I think it's more important to cover about pro wrestling than that.
I mean, that's my biggest thing with like all of this stuff. Like not just pro wrestlers, right? It's like I'm not typically interested in social opinions of these people.
I agree.
Because like
Yeah, me
typically they're never what you want them to be, and that's the truth. Like these are real people. When you see them on TV, that's not them. They're playing a character on TV.
It's why I didn't believe when apparently there was speculation in that Karrion Kross and Bobby Lashley had like some sort of fight backstage at WrestleMania 40. It's why I don't believe stuff that comes out until there are plenty of other people that say yes, that did happen, or the people themselves say it happened. Like I don't follow speculation. Like if it's speculation, just mention it, or if it's a rumor, just mention it. But like, don't go all in on it. But yeah, what do you guys think about Karrion Kross and the Bobby Lashley stuff? I mean, Kross came out of the woodwork on Chris Van Vliet's podcast saying, "Oh no, we planned that fight," or the real life fight rumors that happened backstage at that event. You guys heard about this?
Yeah, it's my first time hearing about this.
I heard about it today. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Apparently, there were rumors that Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross were not happy with each other and had a fight after WrestleMania 40. But according to Karrion Kross, that wasn't true. And apparently, they like planned it.
Apparently, it was Bobby's idea, according to Karrion Kross.
Yes, which by the way, I can't wait to see what type of ideas he puts when he joins AEW. And he's gonna show up in AEW, Bobby Lashley.
At some point,
my advice to him. Try your best not to get into real life fights or shoot fights backstage. It's probably not in your best interest to do that, but
yeah, I don't get it either. But really quick before we go, Roman Reigns is in some hot water. He clearly needs help. War Games is coming up in a little over. What is it? We're a little over a month away from it at this point. It's going to be interesting. It certainly seems like it could be Cody, Jimmy, Jay, and Roman versus and I don't know who a fifth would be because it seems like The Rock may be involved unless one of the Tongans is not.
Well, I hope if one of the Tongans is not, it's Tonga Loa. I'm sorry, Tonga Loa stinks.
Yeah, hopefully.
Even when he was when Tonga Loa's first stint, he was Camacho in WWE. That was terrible, and like if. That's the way they want to go things. But yeah, I could see Sami Zayn be inserted in this, with
Sammy and Cody.
Yes. Sammy, Cody, Sammy, Cody, Roman, and the Usos. That makes five of them up. But it all depends on what WWE wants to do with him and Kevin Owens. Because it's clear
that's the thing, yeah.
It's clear those two are going to face each other. I don't think they're going to bring in Zilla yet, because I think he's still with House of Glory and doing other stuff at the time of Survivor Series. And then again, Matt Hardy, when him and Jeff returned at WrestleMania 33, they had a barbecue like hours before the show, and they just took a flight and they drove all the way to the stadium secretively. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes from there. But I think the heel turn with Kevin Owens was a must. SmackDown needed heels desperately. And it makes sense for Kevin Owens to turn heel. Now, I do wonder what his contract situation is, because there's rumors saying he signed, but it's unclear, or he didn't. Is it officially that he signed?
He did sign. Oh, okay. So I guess there's a deal set in place. They just haven't signed it.
Okay, so it's sort of like, okay, we have an agreement, but let's hold off on the announcement. Like sort of like what the AEW did with their TV deal. Because that was known for a while.
They may play because so Kevin Owens went on social media and cut a promo about how WWE won't let him talk, and I think they may try to like use the rumors about his contract ending in this whole situation and be like, oh, they're trying to keep me quiet, and maybe they play into that.
I like that. I
hope so.
I would love for that to happen where, like, you know what, my contract's expired, I don't need this, walks out, and then they'll come back. But I like that idea. What do you think of that idea, Bernard? Do you think that would be a good idea to do?
Yeah. Surprise people, man. I like it.
Heel KO was desperately missed. It's the best version of Kevin Owens we ever have.
I mean, I didn't hate face Kevin Owens. I thought face Kevin Owens was good, but he's a lot better as a heel. Yeah. And can I just say one thing? I don't think he's ever going to do it. Can he stop using the stunner? Like, I don't think he's ever going to do that, but I would not like to see him use the stunner as of the heel. But I don't know. Listen, I love Kevin. If you're listening to this right now, number one, don't harm me if we ever meet each other, and two, I respect you and everything you do in the business and everything you do out of the ring. So whatever you do, I'll agree with, but maybe hold off on using the stunner too much, like you have as a face.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Good show, gentlemen. I think that's a good point to just wrap it on up for here. Appreciate everybody hanging out like you do every single week. Chat, you guys were great. We'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to check out stadiumrant.com for all articles on your favorite teams, players, and leagues. And don't forget to follow Stadium Rant and all the boys on all social media platforms. And until next time, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Acknowledge ya.